All right. Happy Monday morning, everybody. Thank you so much for choosing to start your week with me. It's such a beautiful way to start our week, connecting to community and also touching into heart. So, if you've been watching any of the stuff going on, we had puppies this weekend and on summer solstice, which is such a cool experience. I'll speak more about it in like another video probably. But yeah, just to kind of share a little bit about what's going on. I'm tired. I'm very tired because we stay up quite a bit. They're noisy, and Silver needs a lot of love, a lot of food brought to her, a lot of water. Good morning, Erin. So yeah, but this wasn't hard to get up for. This wasn't hard for me to wake up and come and spend time with you because I find it such a blessing. So thank you for being here. So I was feeling into what and I had this really beautiful conversation with my counselor mentor. She was speaking about love. We were connecting in with, why do we struggle so much with worthiness? Why do we struggle with always looking outside of ourselves for approval, for acceptance? And it's really part of that original separation from self, that original desire to be connected. We crave connection. But the biggest lie that we believe is that love exists outside of us. So even though we have this original desire to be connected, there's a misunderstanding in there that because we crave connection, that means the only way we can experience connection, the only way that we can experience love and true, genuine acceptance is by seeking it outside of ourselves. And, I've been sitting with that after that conversation. That was it this last week? I think it was this last week. And so much has happened in a week. So I've been sitting with that and really looking into, all of the times that I seek for love outside of myself. And it's pretty much all the time. So anytime I'm feeling, like I want to experience love, I want to, especially in a romantic way, when we're looking at partnership, we're always looking to the other to create that sense of love within us. And through this work, through this meditation experience, and through personal self-inquiry and just kind of walking this path, it's become abundantly clear that when we experience love, it's because love is coming from us. When we experience love, it's not from another person. So they might, just like I had this conversation that I shared, or a live video that I shared last week about empathy and how we're feeling somebody else's feelings. It's actually the feelings within us that we're experiencing, that we're connecting to. It's not their feelings that we're taking on. It's that mirror has awakened it within us. And the same is true for love. The same is true for this really deep connection, this deep experience of acceptance and worthiness and like divine. It is a reflection where it's being reflected to us. So when we are seeing that in partnership, when we're seeing it in another person and we're experiencing love, it's because that's reflected within and it's coming out of us. And a really beautiful book, if you're looking for a deeper understanding of this or exploration, is The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz. And so he wrote also The Four Agreements. And that book really dives into what it means to experience love and to really master that within self. And it's because love is coming out of self. And so what we're going to touch into today in our meditation is places where we're seeking love outside of self, and then turning that back towards self so that we can connect into the heart of it, where love actually resides. And it's a really beautiful way to remind ourselves that anytime we're feeling really disconnected or we're feeling a lack of love from a partner, from a friend, that we have this opportunity to turn within and then find it there. So we can take that greatest lie, that love exists outside of self, and really flip it on its head and look within us. Sorry, I'm looking at myself and there's like this point coming out of the top of my head. Okay, so enough chatting. Let's go into meditation. So if you are taking a seated posture, then find yourself in a position that is really well supported. So feeling your hips rooting down, feeling a nice length in your spine, and always checking in for balance on both sides of the body. Even taking a really powerful meditative posture can help to shift any physical discomfort, because when we are really intentional with our posture, we can help to rebalance the system. We can rebalance the musculature, the fascia, everything. So really soften into the posture of meditation, knowing that as you set up this posture that you are intentionally choosing to turn within. And that by doing so, you are awakening this inner world, this inner knowing. And in this space, there is gratitude that arises, gratitude that we are tuning in, that we are touching into the true self that exists within us. And so just feel into that softening, feel into that knowing. Even if it's just a glimmer right now, maybe you're still feeling very much caught up in outside experiences. But just touch into the smallest part that knows that this inner experience is the most important. That our inner world is really the space of our sovereignty, of our truest expression of self. Find your breath here. And there's no need to change it or alter it in any way, just notice it. Draw your attention to your breath. You might find that your breath naturally starts to deepen. Just let the breath guide you into deeper relaxation. Now, I invite you to bring up in your mind's eye, in your inner reflection, an experience or a relationship in your life where you find yourself seeking for love, where you feel a lack of love. Maybe it's a lack of love within a relationship. Or maybe you find it really difficult to connect to the experience of love in generality, so within experiences outside of you. So just bring up whatever it is that you can connect to that reminds you of this sense of lack, this feeling of being disconnected from love, unable to feel it. And as you bring that up, just notice in your body what happens. And so for me, I can feel a clenching in my heart. And it almost immediately goes up to my throat, and I can feel it there too. And I bring up thoughts of all of the ways that I'm not measuring up, that I am not lovable, that I'm not worthy. So just allow your experience to be your own and just witness it. Now, I invite you to inquire into what it is that you are seeking. What is it that you want from this relationship? What is it that you want from this experience? And then turn that back to self. So if you are craving deep acceptance, if you are craving more connection in terms of touch, if you're craving more fun, more adventures, if you're craving more playfulness, if you're craving a desire to really be seen, to be heard, bring that back into self. So look at how you can offer this to self right now. How can you offer yourself what you're seeking outside of self? How can you offer yourself touch? How can you offer yourself acceptance? How can you offer yourself kind words, understanding? So start to feel that awakening within you, that personal power that you're tapping into, the ability to love yourself. And notice how simple it is to begin that journey just by asking yourself how you can offer, how you can give to self what it is that you're seeking outside of you. And let's really start to amplify this now. So look for more ways that you can offer yourself love right now and then beyond this moment, beyond just this experience. How can you bring more love into your experience today? How can you bring more love into your experience of a relationship, of your work, of living your purpose? And then I invite you to draw your hands up to your heart so you can place them gently on your heart space, your energetic heart center. You can also use the mudra of prayer, whatever feels good for you. And then notice how it's feeling. Notice the energetic shift as you start to give yourself this love, as you start to waken up this experience of love within self. So you're awakening the personal power within that knows how you need to be loved. And you're offering this to self. And let's really bring this home by bringing up the experience of loving kindness within the heart space. So start to amplify the feelings of gratitude, of compassion, of kindness, of deep acceptance within the heart. And start to focus your breath within the heart. So breathe deeply into the heart space, really growing and amplifying the light of your loving kindness, the light of love within. And every exhale starts to spread that loving kindness out in all directions through your physical and energetic body. And start to really deepen the breath and deepen the experience of love within the heart. And love that is spreading throughout the physical and energetic body. And really fill your entire form with this deep love that exists within, that grows from within, that you are cultivating right here, right now. So really feel into this. Feel into the warmth. Feel into the softness that's created, the aliveness. Feel into how wonderful it is to be held in this loving space, to be loved. And then as you move into the rest of your day, see if you can continue to tap into this space. And notice any time that you are searching for love outside of self. And remind yourself that every time you search outside, it's a call to turn within. It's a mirror of where you are not yet offering full love and acceptance within self. And know that you have the tools, you have the ability to really amplify the love that exists within. So you can ask yourself first, what is it that I need to feel loved in this moment? What can I give myself right now? And then you can use this heart focused breathing, this technique of loving kindness to really amplify the experience of love within. So we'll draw this meditation to a close with 3 deep breaths together. So inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale, drawing in more loving kindness, more love into the heart. Exhale. Soften in. One more big breath into the heart space. Exhale. Good. And you can start to open the eyes, start to bring yourself back to the space that you are in. Really feeling into the shift that you've created, the love that you've awoken within self. I can always feel this really viscerally, like everything warms up, everything feels really soft. And so just to close, just to kind of wrap it all up into a nice little package is, It's really easy for us to believe that love exists outside of self because this is what we have been taught. This is what, you know, I don't know how far down the path I'll go with this, but it's really what's used to sell to us. It's what marketing is built on. It's what control is built on. The belief that we need to seek outside of self. And as a reminder, everything that we're seeking outside of self exists within. And so every time we start to look outside of self, it's an invitation. It's an invitation to turn within and to activate that, to give ourselves what we're seeking. And it's really uncomfortable at first because if we believe that it only exists outside of self, then we're going to feel lack, we're going to feel limitation. So I invite you to just start with an inquiry, just start noticing when you start to look outside of self. And then take that as an opportunity to inquire into why. Is this something that I can give to myself? Is this something that I can activate within? So, yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. It's such a blessing, and definitely watch for puppy videos this week. That's my life right now. So have such a beautiful Monday, and we will hopefully see you next Monday. Bye, everybody.